Hello students, welcome to this online course of hydraulics engineering. So in the previous lecture we have derived the equation of velocity variation for rough boundary surface, smooth boundary surface. So we got the equations which was something like this. V divided by V star is equal to 5.75 log base 10 y into V star by nu plus 5.5. So above equation represents the velocity distribution in the region of turbulent flow near hydrodynamically smooth boundaries, and it is applicable for regions outside the laminar sublayer, that is from y is equal to y greater than or equal to delta dash. So it is applicable in the central region away from the boundary. Okay, it is shown it is known as Karman-Prandtl equation for the velocity distribution near hydrodynamically smooth boundaries. Though it has been derived to represent the velocity distribution near smooth boundaries only, but it has been found that the experimental data of Nicorazzi on velocity measurement in smooth pipes follow closely the trend of above equation even from the distances farther away from the pipe boundaries. That means we have found this near boundary, but Nicorazzi found by his experiments that this equation is valid well beyond the boundaries, that within the central region also. As such, it is used to represent the velocity distribution in the region of turbulent flow, like from delta dash to r. R is the radius. It is the central region of the flow. Therefore, it may be considered as Karman-Prandtl equation for velocity distribution for turbulent flow in hydrodynamically smooth boundaries. Okay, so this can be assumed the velocity distribution in turbulent flow for the smooth boundaries. Okay, now let us see velocity distribution in rough pipes, the boundaries which are hydrodynamically rough. So in the case of rough boundaries, the surface irregularity protrude or penetrate well beyond the laminar sublayer, which is therefore completely destroyed. So as we have seen in the definition of hydrodynamically rough boundaries, so the eddies penetrate the towards like fully the boundaries. As such, what is happening because of this penetration, the laminar sublayer get destroyed. Okay, as such, velocity distribution in turbulent flow near hydrodynamically rough boundaries is considerably affected by the surface protrusion. So this equation applies equally to the turbulent flow in hydrodynamically rough boundaries. So this equation is valid till like in rough boundaries also, and this is the variation of velocity distribution. So you can see this is varying with log. This is the logarithmic variation. So in order to obtain an equation which would represent the velocity distribution for turbulent flow near rough boundaries, the distance y dash must be evaluated in terms of average height of surface protrusions, that is k, surface undulation you can say, that is k. So this k was determined by Nicorazzi. He has done lots of experiment regarding the turbulent flow, so everywhere you will see this name, and he found that y dash is equal to k by 30. And what is k? K is the sand grain diameter, okay, which he used while performing his experiment. So he made the boundaries rough by the help of sand grains, and the average diameter of the sand grains he kept as k. So the y dash, the distance, is k by 30. So just put the value of y dash here. So we will get this equation. It is 5.75 log base 10 y by k plus 8.5. So this is the distribution of or variation of velocity in turbulent flow near rough boundaries. So this is also known as Karman-Prandtl equation for the velocity distribution near hydrodynamically rough boundaries. Though this equation has been derived to represent the velocity distribution for turbulent flow near rough boundaries only, but on the basis of, again, Nicorazzi performed lots of experiment, and he showed that this velocity distribution can be well used beyond the boundaries that within the central region also. So this equation may be considered as Karman-Prandtl equation for the velocity distribution for turbulent flow in hydrodynamically rough pipes. So this equation can be used for for overall pipe, not just near the boundaries, because this was proved by Nicoratz's experiment. Okay, so let us see now. We want to calculate the average velocity or mean velocity. Okay, so now we are velocity distribution for like smooth flow, we know this is the equation, and for rough flow this is the equation. Now for average flow, what we are going to do, we will take a small element which is at a distance of y from the boundary, and if we are taking from central region, it is at r. So this is something like the ring which we have chosen, or the element we have taken will look like something like this. Okay, so this is our area of interest. So at a distance small r, we have kept the ring. Now what if for average velocity, what we need to do, we need to find the discharge through this ring, and we will divide by area, then we will velocity area, then we will get the velocity. Okay, because q is equal to v into a. So let us solve side by side for both. This is for smooth pipe and this is for this is rough, because y by k is here na. So this is for rough. Here right, rough pipe. So first let us see for smooth pipes. So v by v dash is this equation we have already derived. Now mean velocity is q divided by pi by r square, because pi by r square is the area. So q is nothing but v into v into dA. So dA is for smaller ring. So smaller ring area is 2 pi r dr. Velocity is this, just put the values here, and finally we will get that average velocity divided by v star is equal to 5.75 v star r by nu plus 1.75. So this is by using this we can calculate the mean velocity. Capital V is mean velocity. Similarly, you have to do here, just put this velocity as this. Okay, so again we can get the value of this v by v, capital V by v star. Capital V is the average velocity or the mean velocity, which is equal to 5.75 log base 10 r by k plus 4.75. So I think this is clear. This is like just you have to put the value of v and you have to integrate from 0 to r. Now we are having, so these are the very important equations. This is mean velocity and this is instantaneous velocity at any instant of time. This is for smooth boundary, this is for rough boundaries. Now what we are going to do, we will take the difference of these two quantities. Okay, so v by v star minus v by capital V by v star. So if we will take the difference, this here minus will come and this term will come in denominator. Okay, so finally v star by nu, which it will get cancelled out, and you will get y by r from here, and this is 3.75. Same thing if we are going to do for rough boundaries. What you are going to do, again this term will come into what, in your denominator, k will get cancelled out and only y by r is there. So this is some kind of magic, because the difference is coming out to be same irrespective of what the surface is smooth or rough. So it doesn't mean it doesn't matter what is the size of rough boundary or what is the grain size. You can easily calculate if you are having the instantaneous velocity or mean velocity. Okay, because from smooth and for rough the difference is same. Okay, so this is very important equation. This equation can be used for rough and smooth boundary, for both you can use, because it is like simple mathematics we have done, and finally we are getting the same result for smooth pipe and rough pipe. Okay, now so this theory portion is completed for the first part of this chapter, which is turbulent flow. So let us try to solve this problem. At a point in a turbulent flow field, the instantaneous velocity u and v component are measured at an interval of 0.05 seconds, and they are listed as you can see in this table. Okay, so what we have to determine: u bar, v bar, and u dash, v dash, and with the help of this we have to calculate the Reynolds shear stress. Average density is 1.23 kg per meter cube. So u bar and v bar is simply, you have to take the summation of u divided by n. U bar is what? Summation u by n. V bar is summation v by n. Take all the values, sum it, and divide it by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So n is 11. Okay, so let us see how we are going to do. So we have added all the velocity, so it is coming out to be 1067 divided by 11, that is 97 mm per second. And for v, what we have done, we have taken the value and it is coming out to be 0. Okay, so the mean velocity v bar is 0. Now we have to calculate the u dash into v dash. So what was u dash? U dash is this value, difference of u from its mean and difference of v from its mean. Okay, so just take, like u bar is 97, so every time you have to subtract 97 from u, and for v dash it will be same because v dash we have computed as 0. So finally you will get this value, you have to add it, and after that you have to take average, so you have to divide by total number of observation, that is 11. So this is coming out to be 96.64 mm square per second square, because this is the multiplication of two velocities. And if you are multiplying this value with rho, so that will be your Reynolds shear stress. So tau is nothing but this value we have already seen. So we have calculated u bar, u dash, v dash, rho we already know. Multiply this and you will get this answer as 1.186 into 10 to the power minus 4 Newton per meter square or megapascal, sorry, Pascal. So in this way we have completed the turbulent flow chapter, and in the next lecture we are going to solve some more problems and we will start our next topic, that is boundary layer theory. So this is all for today. Thank you.